Okay, think about this for a second. When you go to the grocery store, you can flip over a box of cereal and see exactly what's inside, right? The sugar, the salt, the whole deal. Well, what if you could do the exact same thing for the apps on your phone? That's what we're going to do today. We are decoding Apple's privacy labels, basically the secret ingredient list for your digital life.
So the core concept here is just brilliantly simple. Before you even think about hitting that download button, Apple serves up this clear, easy-to-read summary of what an app is doing with your data. It's all about taking the guesswork out of digital privacy, just giving you a quick snapshot of what you're really getting into.
All right, let's get into the basics here, because this isn't just some minor feature they added. No way. This is a fundamental change, and by 2025, it'll become a core part of the App Store, really pushing the entire tech industry into a new age of being upfront about data.
So every single one of these labels is designed to answer three really important questions for you. First, what kind of data is this app collecting? Second, can they tie that data directly back to you, to your personal identity? And third, and this is a big one, are they using that data to follow you around the internet, across other apps and websites?
Now, to really understand what's happening, you kind of have to learn the lingo of these labels. There are three main categories, and trust me, once you know them, you'll be able to look at any app and know exactly what it's up to with your information. First up is the one you really need to pay attention to: data used to track you. This is the most sensitive category. It means an app isn't just looking at what you do inside its own little world. No, it's following you across other companies' apps and websites, usually so it can build this super detailed profile of you for targeted ads.
The second label you'll see is data linked to you. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's any piece of information that can be directly connected to you as a person. We're talking about things like your name, your email, your phone number, even what you've been browsing. If the data can be used to say, that was you, then it falls into this category.
And finally, we have data not linked to you. Now, this is the least invasive kind of data collection. It's all about anonymous information that's had any personal identifiers stripped away. So think about things like general app performance stats or crash reports. It helps developers fix bugs, but it absolutely can't be traced back to you.
So think of this table as your ultimate cheat sheet. It lays it all out, side by side. You can see the whole spectrum of data collection in one go, from an app following you across the web to it just collecting some anonymous crash data. This is your quick guide to figuring out an app's privacy in literally seconds.
So you might be wondering, how does this all get on the App Store page? Well, it's definitely not optional. Let's take a quick peek behind the curtain and see the really strict process that developers have to go through now. Developers are held to this really strict four-step process. They have to do a full audit of all their data collection, make sure they're following Apple's rules, answer a whole bunch of detailed questions, and report this for all Apple devices. And this is not an honor system. If they provide inaccurate or incomplete info, their app can get flat out rejected from the store. And the amount of detail they have to provide is just huge. Developers have to report on this massive range of categories, everything from your contact info and financial data, all the way to really sensitive stuff like your location, your health stats, and even your personal photos and videos. This is designed to be deep for a reason. Okay, so we've talked about the what and the how, but now we get to the most important part. Why does any of this actually matter to you? This is where all of that transparency turns into real, actual power for you, the user.
Let's really break it down. Now that all of this information is right there at your fingertips, what does it truly mean for your privacy, for your control over your own digital footprint?
So this system really gives us three huge benefits. First, it forces developers to be accountable. They can't hide anymore. Second, that honesty builds greater trust between you and the apps you use. And third, and most importantly, it gives you more control. You get to make an informed choice before you even download. And it's really important to see that this isn't just an Apple thing happening in a vacuum. It's part of a huge global shift. These labels fit right in with major privacy laws like Europe's GDPR and California's CCPA. It all points to a worldwide demand for tech companies to be more responsible with our data.
There's a quote that I think just nails it. It says, "These labels reflect a shift from data exploitation to data responsibility." And that really captures the whole change in philosophy here, right? We're finally moving toward an era where the user is put back in charge. But you know what? This level of transparency is really just the beginning. So what's next? What does the future of app privacy look like for you and your data in the years to come?
Well, here's the big idea. Privacy isn't just about following the law anymore. It's actually becoming a competitive advantage. The apps that are upfront and honest about what they're doing with our data are the ones that are more likely to earn our trust and, our business.
And this timeline just shows you how far we've come. We moved from those vague all-or-nothing permissions of the past to the really clear labels we have today. And the future? It's pointing towards even more fine-tuned controls. Just imagine being able to manage permissions not just for an entire app, but for every single feature inside of it. So, let's end where we started. We began by comparing these labels to the ingredient list on your food. Now that you know how to read them, I've got a question for you. What's really in your app diet? Go take a look. The choice, finally, is yours.